More bad news in a moment on Mornings Considered. But first, Jim Terr's music has gone largely unrecognized by Nashville, and according to critic Bill Hutchison, it's likely to stay that way. Here's the story.
Critics have said that if Tammy Wynette were alive today, there's little doubt that she'd record both of Jim Terr's Nouveau Wynette compositions, This Changes Everything,
This changes everything, the sparkle of this wedding ring,
and Three-Tiered Wedding Cake.
Try a bit for your own sake, my tender three-tiered wedding cake.
But Tammy Wynette isn't alive today, and with Terr stubbornly living in New Mexico and with no contacts whatsoever in Nashville, few of his songs are likely to be recorded. That doesn't mean there aren't some incredible gems on his new, non-eponymous but self-penned CD. Terr shares equal territory with the folky politicism of Phil Ochs, the sheer songwriting skill of Townes Van Zandt, and the shamelessly naive sense of ironic humor of Loudon Wainwright III. In fact, almost every song on the new CD is a tribute, and a brilliant tribute, to some classic rock or country style, from Lieber and Stoller.
So don't be taken in by words so sweet and witty. They were written by some guy in Kansas City.
To Goffin and King in the Brill Building years.
Oh, I don't get so close that if you leave, I'm gonna miss you. But I just wanna see what it would be like to kiss you.
To the duets of George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
They could have never seen our compatibility, 'cause they never met anybody like you and me. Nobody like you and me.
It might seem surprising that a barely 30 reviewer whose own music collection tends toward Bright Eyes and the Decemberists would respond to such hardcore Jerry Lee Lewis type songs as Bringin' the Honky Tonk Home, but such is Terr's gift with lyrics.
Where everyone feels welcome, Hakeem, Jose, and Jerome. And you and me, that's why I'll be bringing the honky tonk home.
Atlantic Monthly national correspondent James Fallows says, quote, Jim Terr's spirit shows through consistently in his songs, as it does in his essays and other projects. It's the droll, sardonic, cut the BS outlook, known around the world as American. It's not surprising that social conscience rears its ugly head occasionally in this collection, as in Tonsils in Taiwan, reminiscent of the great Chuck Berry.
Got my tonsils out in Taiwan, my gallbladder out in Greece. Took a side trip up to Sweden to fill some caverns in my teeth.
And in the rather old-style, classic country anti-consumerist rant, You Ain't Got Much.
You watch some kids play like the way it was for you way back when your cell phone rings and the guy says you need a new clutch. Man, you ain't got much.
One country legend who does give Jim Terr his due is semi-retired superstar Buddy, now host of Buddy's Old-Fashioned Podcast, hands down the classiest podcast in the ether, who turns in a nimble duet with singer Gwen Lenore.
The butcher picked up on that spark and said, buddy, muzzle tough, whatever that means.
Let's go back to your place and wrestle up some love.
We're glad to lend some of our star power to help old Jim get some play on the radio or the internet web or what have you, because he has written some of our bigger hits, so we just want to give something back. Plus, we always want to meet that Gwen Lenore. She's a cute little gal, I tell you what. Sorry, we was up a little late last night.
For a writer whom critics have compared to Shel Silverstein, Tom T. Hall, Paul Kraft, and even Mark Twain and Will Rogers, Terr is a little disappointed that he's received the most airplay so far on the novelty song, Do They Have Email in Heaven?
Do they have email in heaven? If not, I don't want to go.
But he's confident his compositions will find a home eventually, if only after he's dead.
She taught me how to sit and cry the whole night long. She taught me how to sing these songs all right.
Combining comedy with tragedy, optimism with hopelessness, and prolific wit with his favorite three chords, Jim Terr's songs are triumphant anthems to this difficult business of living.
The CD is Please Cut My Song, Mr. Travis by Jim Terr. More information at bluecanyonmusic.com. Our reviewer is Bill Hutchison of the Anthologist Cabinet of Musical Marvels, anthologist.org, and the blog grammarfight.com.
All it takes